Okay. Did you hear that?
Yep.
Awesome, awesome. Welcome to Black Girl in the World. If you don't know me, you will. And if you do, welcome back. I have such a special guest today. We actually met on Twitter a week ago, and we've just been kicking it ever since. She's awesome. We talk about different topics and stuff. So I'm so happy to have you on here. Please state your name and, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, firstly, thank you for having me. My name is Nikita Williams, but I go by Nakay. Little things about me. Let's see. I'm Jamaican. First of all, I love claiming that.
Bop, bop.
Second, I'm a IC major, but I don't really want to do anything IT with my life. I just want to be educated about technology because I want to be educated women in my life. With my life, I want to be educated women, but my passion is weed. So you will hear about me starting some sort of dispensary either in New Jersey or Jamaica and building upwards. Like, you will hear my name, don't worry.
That is so amazing. Please, I love it.
Thank you. Okay,
so is there anything else you would like to share about why is that your interest?
Weed?
Yeah, I'm interested.
Okay, so how did my love for weed start? Okay, so my mom is a typical Jamaican mother. It was always God. Girls are supposed to be this and girls are supposed to be that. So I had that my whole life to deal with. She was completely against drugs, but my father is a Rasta man, okay? So it was inevitable that I would discover weed. I actually didn't start smoking until I was 18. I was working at Walmart at the time, and man, my day was just so stressed out. And I remember my coworker was like, "Girl, do you want to just come smoke with me?" And I'm like, "Smoke? Like weed? Like smoke?" And she's like, "Yeah, like I got you." And then we went to the back of the Walmart, like was vacant. It was like this vacant parking lot, and I smoked for the first time, and I fell in love. Like, the feeling that I got was just like instant release of like all the stress that's been penting up for like the whole week. And I'm just like, why is this illegal? Why is this illegal?
Right. Wow.
That started my journey of like weed. Honestly, like I had a very great like introductory to it. And I just believe that weed has been so demonized just because some like white dude, a couple decades ago wanted to stop like the hemp industry. So I'm just like, if I can just bring it back in my own way, then that would just be like a life well spent, honestly, for me. I feel like everyone can benefit from weed, either for like, social purposes, medical purposes, emotional purposes. Like, when you smoke weed, you get exactly what you need at that moment. I firmly believe, a lot of people disagree with me on this, but some people might smoke and, get paranoid, but you really need to dig into like what you're being paranoid about and just have that conversation with yourself. And I promise you, once you do that, like, you will be set. Like, you will be honestly set. For example, one time I ate an edible and I just had like this dawning paranoid feeling that my boyfriend was cheating on me. And I know like it's irrational. I had like no context to go from. I had no like suspicions, but it was just this feeling that he was cheating on me. And
oh wow.
I had to like explore that with him. And it just all stemmed from like my trust issues with like my mom, my trust issues with my father, and like failed like relationship that I had like my adolescence, like forming teenage years.
Right.
I just never let a lot of things go, and I was very open with him, and my boyfriend is just the best person in the whole world. So we had a very long conversation, and now I don't have that sinking feeling whenever, I eat another edible, or just the thought of him cheating on me, like it's comical, because I know that he will never do that. And whenever that comes up, it's just, I know there's an underlying issue. So I feel that whenever you introduce marijuana into your system, like you're bound to benefit from it somehow.
I love that. Like, one, I love how I can definitely see you being in that department and being able to share your experience with people that go, to your dispensary and say, hey, it's my first time, or, I have a medical card, and just expressing to them your experience. I definitely see you as an entrepreneur and having that business, because you are very passionate, and I love that.
Thank you. That means so much.
Of course, I would. I only had one edible just to try.
How was that?
I definitely, I will say, I was calm, but my problem, the thing that happened to me, was that I did not eat before I ate it. So it definitely made my stomach hurt, and I threw up. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, it was all fun and games until my head started hurting, and then my stomach started hurting, and I was like, I'm gonna go back to sleep because I'm so embarrassed right now, and I have such a bad. It was a good cookie. I thought it was so nice. That cookie was so good, and then I just ruined it for myself. I did. But you really have such a positive outlook, because so many people, like you said, demonize it and make it seem like you shouldn't even be thinking about it, where one, people are profiting off of it already, and it's not Black people. You know what I mean?
Like, repeat what you you're breaking up a little bit. I didn't hear you very well.
Oh, sorry. I said it's definitely, just not being able to be comfortable with doing it. It definitely makes it look like it's outlawed and that people should be arrested for it, when there's a lot of people in jail for years.
Exactly.
So I don't really think that. I think that they should start, one, releasing these people from jail, from prison and all of that, and also making sure that you not only know that, okay, you have to be safe with anything, but there's also benefits too. Because I definitely remember there was this boy who had, I think, a chronic illness, and he started doing it and he started feeling better. So it's not so bad or anything. So I think people should really understand that more and educate their kids on it, because kids are gonna, if you don't teach them, they're gonna end up going underground and trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and do it anyway. So you might as well just be open with your children and just let them know. And that's a really great test. I don't understand how there's so many testimonies, like the one that you just said with him trying weed, and then his illness subsided. There's so many stories out there like this, and yet people are still saying no to weed. And I'm just like, the smear campaign against marijuana is really real out here. There's legit people who do not want to bring back marijuana, and they're saying it damages your brain cells, it makes you lazy, makes you this, makes you that. And I'm just like, but look at the studies. The studies show the exact opposite.
Right.
I guess they'll find out for themselves one day.
I think people enjoy the fact that so many people are restricted from it and only a few can profit, because there's literally it's not even that many people, but there are people that are really getting the money to have all those strains and to open up a business and to have such a large multi-million-dollar company. And it's just how is it that they can do that? But there's so many drug dealers in our area that are hiding, that are scared, that you can't really say it out loud. You have to have certain slangs and certain terms to say it, when it's just like, listen, like people need to have it to, function, to chill out, to relax, to have certain stuff. And I feel like it shouldn't have gotten to this point where people have to be secretive and,
Yeah. And like, if it was more, if it was easier to start up a marijuana business, then all of these drug dealers would have like good sustainable jobs. And
yes,
look at like who are really drug dealers, and it's mostly like black boys or minorities. And that's
right.
Like, it might not be, but I feel like that's another reason why like they really smear marijuana, because they know that if they make it legal, all these minorities will rise up, and they'll come up as as better off, more money, more opportunities to give back to whatever community they open up their business in. And more times out of 10, they would open the business into their regular ass neighborhood. And once you're a business, you're supposed to contribute your taxes to the community that you're in. And there's a lot of fear there from whites.
Right.
So
yeah.
That's another thing that I think about. But it's very expensive to start up a weed business. Like, for me to even get a growing license is like $5,000, and then to get an exporting license, another $10,000.
Oh my, that sounds like a lot.
A lot of money.
Are you saving up to start growing? And
I am saving up for my growing license. My father actually has land for me here in Jamaica, so that's already there. I just need this growing license, and then I need to get my exporting license, because my whole thing is I don't want to start off as a dispensary like off the bat. I do want to be an exporting business where Jamaica grows the best weed. Let me just put that out there.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Jamaica grows the best weed. And if I can share that with the world, they'll put me in not only a unique spot, but a very high advantage over a lot of exporting businesses that are out there. Because once you see Jamaica's name on it, you're gonna want it. So
period. Yeah.
So that's there. But yeah, the first step is actually to register. What was I supposed to do? I was supposed to register down here, like my business and everything down here, before I can get it to even get my license. So I was gonna do that this summer, but COVID and all of that kind of just put a stump on that, because the offices are not open when I can go. Plus, I was supposed to be in quarantine for 14 days, so, and I have one last week left, but my boyfriend is going back to work starting tomorrow, so I don't really have a ride to go places where I need to be. So it's just, girl, I'm so over COVID.
No, I understand. It definitely blocked a lot of things for us to do. It's like, shoot, yes, I want people to be safe, but gosh darn it, the hours, the hours are just not available for me.
And it's kind of scary too.
Yeah.
This whole COVID situation.
Yeah, it is extremely. I do hope that people continue being safe and understanding that the reason why the stores and stuff close early, it's because you have to be home. Stay home.
What are your views on COVID though?
My views is that I definitely feel like people have to understand the meaning of the mask. Yes, you don't want to wear it. Yes, it's very stifling. But I feel like you should also understand and and respect the policies. There are way too many videos and threads of people going into the stores deliberately with no mask and demanding that they shop or demand that they demand services. And it's like, if everyone's doing it, you must do it too, regardless if you have a doctor's note. Literally, doctors aren't even supposed to tell you, you know, you can't wear a mask or whatever. If you have an issue, stay home, you know? So I feel like, why give people a hard time and make things difficult for people, or try to cough in people's face, in the employees' face?
Are you serious?
I saw a thread of people coughing in people's faces when like arguing, and like, you know, people don't get their way and they're upset. They're like, oh, since you know you have such a COVID issue or whatever, they start coughing and stuff. And there's been a couple of beatdowns. I wish I could find the thread now, but if y'all have checked it out on Twitter, it's definitely there. Like, it's insane just how many videos there are of people mocking COVID, essentially, and coughing in, you know, in the area that you're in just because someone's arguing with you. And it's like, can y'all like stay home?
That's disgusting. My thoughts on COVID? Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. So it's like, when it first came out, I was like, man, this isn't real. I don't care, like,
yeah.
You know, because I was just really excited, because like the day that like I was like, oh shit, this might be serious, was when like in the middle of working, I was in the office, and our director came on the floor, and she's like, everyone pack up, you have to go. I'm like, what the hell? Like, go where? And she's like, we're all going home. We don't know when we're coming back to the office. And at the same time, I went to my email and I saw that my school was closing for the rest of the year. And I'm like, what the fuck? But I did get out of a math test that I did not study for that day. So
wow.
I was very excited. So like, that was back in March. And even when I was like quarantining at home, like just staying at home and everything, I was just like, this is so unnecessary, but I was loving it because I'm a natural introvert, and just leaving the house every day was just not my thing. But seeing how many deaths that there has been, and especially like being in Jamaica, where it's a very small country, and you giving one person COVID can affect 50 people.
You're absolutely right.
It's not as big as like the States or even New Jersey, where like I usually am. So it has, like, being down here, it has forced me to like be more cautious when I'm, you know, heading out, or just be like a little more considerate to like other people who are very like hypersensitive to this whole COVID issue. But personally, right now for me, I just think that like maybe like my original thoughts is it's just like the flu. There's been a lot of recoveries. It's not that deep to be freaking about, because I just thought like like social media or like the news outlets were really fear mongering at one point, like literally like heavy on the fear mongering when it came to COVID. And I didn't like that. So like I always had like a whole like it's not that deep type of view on it, but now I can see that, yeah, like one action can really cause like a chain reaction, and I'm way more cautious than I once was, definitely.
Well, that's good, honestly, because there are people that, including myself, that used to say, I mean, it's probably in another country, but you know, like, and I wish I never had that idea or that mindset, because I feel like so many of us did, to the point where that's why our countries weren't really prepared.
Yeah.
So us having that mindset where it's like, I mean, if it didn't hit us, I mean, blessings to them, prayers and everything, but you know, I don't think it will be in my home though.
Right.
And then it starts hitting and knocking people that are even close to you, and it's like, oh wow, this this is really serious. People are dying out here. I need to really start protecting myself and others. And I think that's the main thing, others too. Although you might have a healthy immune system and your respiratory system is just fine, that doesn't mean that the next person, we don't know each other's systems like that. So I feel like we have to respect people's area, especially if you are sharing a space with someone or some, older folk that you live with. We can all, catch the virus. So we just have to be able to protect ourselves, from children to the elders.
That's exactly true. Yeah. I totally agree with that.
So how is Jamaica handling COVID though?
Oh my goodness. If you were down here, you would think that there's like a 500 deaths a day. Like, Jamaicans are so over dramatic. Like, they're just melodramatic for no reason, honestly. But I think the environment right now, I think why they're like all just so upset is that like other Caribbean islands are not getting hit as hard as we are. Plus it's election season right now, so everything is being criticized, everything is being hyper focused on. Also, there's this the way that they're releasing information makes it seem that a lot of things are happening at once, when really it was just a sporadic thing, but you're just getting the information at one time, once a week, So yeah,
that's
it's
scary.
just, it's Jamaicans. But then when I go out into town to like run errands with my boyfriend, or like I'm on the balcony looking at people, no one is wearing their mask. No one practices social distancing unless you're going into a restaurant. And like the only time they really sanitize is at the door. Like whenever you're going into a building, someone sprays your hand with sanitation, with hand sanitizer, and then you go in, and they also check your temperature. Like the other day, I was trying to go into KFC to get me like a zinger, and my temperature was 100. And they did not let me in. Like, they were so serious. Plus, like, I didn't speak like patois or anything, so like I still had like my American accent. So the dude was like a little freaked, and my boyfriend just like freaked out, and like we left.
Oh, geez.
It was just a mess.
I am so sorry that happened.
Yes.
Because it gets hot,
Honestly, I was hot as fuck.
Yeah. It was really hot, so even that can be inaccurate. Like, I know people trying, but that whole mask thing, I didn't know that was going on, that they weren't wearing masks.
Not a lot of people wear masks down here, honestly. Like, maybe you'll see it in like official buildings, or like maybe like a health cautious person on the street, like one or two, but not really. And I don't know if it's a problem where like they're not, like masks aren't accessible to them, or if they just really don't care.
Right.
So I question it whenever I see it. I'm just like, oh, they probably just don't have a mask,
I think if they haven't already, they need to start doing like these free events, to give away these the hand sanitizers and masks and stuff, because people need it, and it's not.
That should have definitely been something that was already done.
Yeah,
especially in a country like Jamaica.
Yes, exactly. They should have definitely, when the supermarkets open, the first 100 people or 150 or whatever should get some, like, 2 masks at least and some hand sanitizer, something, to give out the supplies like that. I know it's pretty hard to get, but at the same time, it just shows just how much you guys care about the citizens. I mean, I can imagine how it might not be accessible for people, especially people in country too, like.
Right, like, and this, like, I've been down here with like the election and stuff, and I see how like the government is trying to handle all of it, But honestly, like, how are you gonna keep track on like the people in the rural like parts of the country? Like, there's no way you would know what they're up to because you just focus on the cities. Like, that's what the politicians do, and I don't understand it. I don't like it. So I see them on TV saying like, yeah, we're gonna put this protocol up. We're gonna, we're gonna set and plan this and set in stone this. But I'm just like, when, like, every single time I hear them talk about some new plan, I just hear Kingston is gonna have this new thing. Kingston is gonna have this new thing, and the countries just they don't get incorporated into these plans, and I'm getting really tired of it, like very tired of it.
I mean, it's really sad to see one region, everyone's thinking about Kingston, everyone's thinking about town, the city, and no one's really thinking about the other parts that people really don't pay attention to. It's not just Kingston that, has this, it's the whole country.
Exactly. I don't know how they I don't know how them in like a sitting room dividing their attention to like different parts of the country. I really want to hear that conversation. Honestly.
What is the election like as well? What do you think that they're have they been I know the PMP in the jail is ridiculous down there.
It is. Once upon a time, like, election time in Jamaica was a very deadly event. But I feel like that generation is old or / dead. And the younger people are more prone to holding whoever is in power accountable. But you can still tell that there is a great divide between PNP and JLP. And, it's either you choose your side or you're weird. These politicians, I don't trust any of them because it seems as if it's PNP or JLP in power, Jamaica is not progressing as fast as it should be, and as fast as it can. Basic things are not being sought after. All that I see on TV is them it's the PMP's like position right now is like what the JLP didn't do, and the JLP says, look what we did, but they didn't do. And I'm just like, people are asking you questions like, what are you gonna do for the country? Like, stop blaming each other. But I feel like that's always the case when it comes to major political parties. You can see the same thing with like the Democrats and the Republicans, and it's just like, shut the fuck up, just like tell us what you're gonna do. Like, what?
No, I agree. It's just like, let's be honest here, let's do what you came here to do, and enough with all this chit chat promises, please.
I don't understand like why politicians just can't be fucking normal people. I'm sorry if I curse. Am I allowed to curse?
You're fine.
Okay. I just don't understand why they just can't be like genuine people. Like, people are placing their trust in you to really give them like a better standard of living, a better quality of life, and you're here just being just being what you're not supposed to be. And I don't understand. I don't understand it. I really don't. Because at like one point I wanted to major in political science and just like bring change to Jamaica. Like, I just had like this fantasy, and my boyfriend just snapped me out of it, and he's just like, listen, either you do this with a genuine heart and no one votes for you, or you get killed, or you do this with not a genuine heart, people vote for you, and you do nothing for the country. And it was a hard awakening, very hard. Like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
that distinction when it comes to Jamaican, because Jamaica really can be so great, but with the right people in power. And right now, I don't know. I don't think any one of them are really very genuine. So it's really sad right now, sis. Like, it's a sad time.
It is a sad time.
It's just like, who fuck up the country less? Like, that's the question.
That's exactly what people are, thinking, like, I mean, we gotta vote, kind of thing. And it's really sad where it's like you can't even have like an upside. There's no upside. You have to vote, but there's no pro in this battle. I'm tired of politics, I'm tired of kind of like arguing about it and discussing as much and like in detail of who I'm gonna vote for or who's the better one or who's the worst. Like, it's just like, it's too much. It's really a lot to think about.
Girl, I am on the same exact boat as you. Like, I'm to the point where just don't even ask me any political questions. I'm just over politics. And my main position right now is that I'm way too young. I am way too prime to be politically polarized. And I'm just over it. Please leave me alone. Like, leave me alone.
No, I get it. I'm like, let me just put in my ballot. Let me just keep it at that. I have no more answers left inside of me. No more. I'm gonna just go about my day to day and just know that I voted, and I'll just keep it at that. That's it. That is it. But
that's good.
I'm glad that you really shared about, like, even though politics is definitely a tricky conversation to have with many people, I'm glad that you were able to share, just a little bit of what's going on, because some of my audience, it would be interesting to get a feel of other countries and how they are able to express their political side.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy that you said a few words about it. But let's talk about what was going on Twitter. So,
girl.
So earlier she sent me something on Twitter, and I just want to get a little story on that because I'm still not understanding what is happening here.
Okay, so let me set the scene. There I was scrolling through my timeline, and I see a picture of a girl on a bed with cake around her breast. I'm like, oh, that's cute. But then I scrolled, like I clicked on it and I scrolled, and I keep seeing 16, 61. Is she 21? And then so many people were so confused about her age. And it turns out she's 16.
Okay.
She's 16 years old.
All right.
And the 16-year-old, I don't know her name. She replied to the gal dem god, Galcina on Twitter. His tweet read, "Hey gal, yes you would the type put my squeeze up in your jaws. Are you me a talk? I hope you're having a good day."
Oh, ew.
So a 16-year-old replied to that with basically nude, cake around her tits, in underwear, and she's celebrating with a cake. So then Tony Woney, who's the girl that we're going to be talking about, she says, "How old are you, sis?" So the Galcina, I don't know if he was replying to Tony Woney or the actual girl, but he says, "How old are you, young lady?" with the eye emoji. And Tony Woney says, the quote with, "You didn't care about my age when you used to talk to me when I was 14. And I was like, what?
No.
When she was what? So, I had to dig a little deeper because I'm like, What? So, the story is when she was 14, she had some older friends, and he was friends with her older friends.
Okay.
So that's how they met. So they were speaking, they were talking, and in the screenshots, you can see that like she was, I guess like they were supposed to meet up, but she begins to have second thoughts and cold feet, and she expresses this to him, but he was very adamant on them like, you know, talking. Like he was very adamant on them like meeting or whatever. We don't know why they stopped talking. We don't know why, like we don't know what happened, but they did. Thank God that they did. So that's that. And he denies everything, and he's like, no, that never happened, I never talked to you, blah blah blah. So then she comes out with the screenshots, and then everybody's just like, nigga, like you are disgusting. Like,
oh my God.
they dragged him for real. But you know what's interesting?
What?
There's a couple girls who are saying that there's nothing wrong with that. And then there's another set of girls who are just defending him. They know it's wrong, but they just defend him. And there's some dick riding dickhead niggas that's just like defending him as well. But majority of the people, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, sis, yes. So today, part of like the new thing that came out about him, he was talking to other little girls.
No.
Younger than 14. In the community, and this has been a thing. So now he's being like, I haven't like looked back on the story, but yeah, I didn't see how that developed, if like more girls are coming out about him, but there are more girls, because that one other girl texted, well, what was her name, the original girl that exposed him,
Mooney?
Yeah, Mooney. So there's that.
That is.
And I don't know. I actually started to argue with this one girl who was just like, she did not grasp the concept of what consent is. And she's just like, they're both wrong. She knew his age and he knew her age. She should not have been talking to a grown man, and blah 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 blah. Some girls are just forced rape and blah 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 blah. You know, victim blaming shit. I'm just like, girl, like, I don't want this shit on my timeline. Like, we're not gonna do this. You need to understand what consent is, and you need to understand that a child cannot consent to anything.
Right.
The time that he was talking to her was when she was 14, so she's not even legally, she can't even legally consent to whatever gross situation that he wanted to place her in. And you're gonna sit here and tell me that because she knew his age, then she's supposed to be blamed for something? Are you dumb, bitch? Like, are you not a woman? Are you not a girl? Like, it's really girls like that just boil my blood. Like, they really boil my blood, because you are you're a girl, and on top of that, you're a black girl, right? And on top of that, you're a black girl in Jamaica,
right?
And you can really condone like these actions. I don't understand that. Like, I just don't understand like how another girl in the same situation can really hold that stance of thought. I don't get it, and I don't think I want to get it. Honestly,
that is just really sad to.
It's sad as fuck, honestly.
It's so sad, because that's like, why are we still doing that whole, oh, she's too fast conversation? Like, haven't our older generation grown out of that? Like, please.
Yeah, like the generation that was doing all that shit, they're almost dead. Like, leave it alone. Dead. Don't bring it back.
Oh my God. Bro, it doesn't even make sense how you can think that that's even a good thing to say, let alone tweet it. Like, no matter if, literally, she was not in the wrong. He is older. And he should have told her, hey, look, this is not legal, this is not right, it's cool keeping your own peers, I'll keep in mind, but he was constant, he was consistent with it, and he even lied, so you knew it was wrong. So
exactly,
it's so ridiculous how he I can that is ridiculous what she was arguing. Some people are so stupid how they can argue. Why would you blame a child? Please tell me.
I don't know what psychological discharges in her head. Like, what does she go through for her to hold these opinions? Like, that's another conversation that people really need to have. Like, when you see, for example, the 16-year-old girl that that was practically naked. What's her life like? That's a 16-year-old girl. At 16, you're supposed to be questioning a lot of things. You're supposed to be exploring a lot of things. And I understand that sex is on your mind. You want to talk to guys. You want to be sexual, but she's explicitly sexual. And I really want to know what's going on. And then people see girls like her and they call her a whore, they call her a slut, they call her every single name in the book, but they never stop and question, why is she doing that? I feel like right now a lot of people love to make statements and they love to make assertions, but they don't ask questions. They don't.
Yeah, I agree. You definitely have to start asking questions first before you assume and call her fast and call her a whore when you don't even know if she's ever even been with a guy, just being able to explore yourself in these different ways. Even if she was a grown woman, to be honest, I think that whole cupcake on the tits thing is kind of bizarre. I'm like, can you get up off of the kitchen floor?
That's a lot of confidence.
It is
a lot of confidence.
It is a lot of confidence. I
admire that.
I think personally it's a waste of cake. I feel like
it's a waste of cake. Girl.
I mean, you have it all in your cooch, you put it all on your tits, and it's like, what for? What for? Are you an edible? Please. But I'm just hey, you do you, man. I'll do me on my birthday. But I definitely feel like she should have done something different on her 16th. I don't really think that. I think that definitely sparked up a conversation, but people shouldn't sexualize it. I don't think, we are in the place to sexualize her and call her, out of her name. She is a growing, individual, and she's gonna be a woman. So treat her as, a girl growing into someone. Don't treat her like garbage just because you don't agree with what she's doing,
Yeah, but I don't know if I just have a first world view on it or what, but I feel like when it comes to Jamaica, girls out here really just have to be very careful, because number one, sex trafficking is number one down here.
Right.
This is a host country. This is what do they call it? A country that I forgot the term for it. We're a host country, meaning we hold girls here and we also pass them through Jamaica. So a girl can be kidnapped from Cuba, pass through Jamaica to go to Trinidad or something like that.
Wow.
Or a girl can be kidnapped from Trinidad, transported to Jamaica, and we host them here. Jamaica is very scary in that regard. So
extremely.
These young girls being exposed to that environment, and you have these old ass men, all right? You have these old ass men who really prey on these girls. And I remember when I was younger and I used to visit Jamaica to visit my parents, well, not parents, but visit my father. My mom would make me buy clothes 2 sizes bigger. She was just really paranoid for me to come out here because of these men.
They're scary. These men are
Very.
scary. Let me tell you
Very.
something. So, like, when I go to Jamaica, most of the time I stay in St. Catherine. So I would stay like in Portmore, and I knew a couple of people in Waterford. Like, that was my area. That was my section. And so the men, you could not walk with shorts on. The amount of catcalling, the amount of following this gal, talking about some, hey gal, like, you know, all this stuff.
Right, man.
And following you, like, they cannot keep their eyes to themselves. You look at one girl, it's like, oh, she's pretty, or you see this guy, it's like, oh, you know, he's cute or whatever. But Jamaicans, like Caribbean people, cannot keep their eyes to themselves. And
they stare all the damn time.
I'm telling you.
All the time.
And if you say anything, you're the problem.
They go on the most ways, like if you cut your eye after them or something, like, why are you looking at me, first of all? And I'll be like walking with my boyfriend and they're really disrespectful the same type of way. Like, I have to hold on to my boyfriend whenever we come out the house.
I am so sorry. That is ridiculous. Catcalling ain't nothing down there. And if you ever reject one of them, it's name calling, it's bad behavior, it's, you know, God forbid, like even kidnapping and murder, and it gets really crazy, especially for the women down there. It's ridiculous.
They need to do something about it, but you know, politicians think that women are just in the kitchen and taking care of kids all day, so they're not gonna do shit for them out here.
Listen, Jamaica has so many good vibes, but they really do need to figure out what how to protect their citizens, because the more it happens all the time, like the more people are going to focus on that, because I know that, you know, that is a country to really strive. It always has been striving, so I don't really know what's up nowadays, but prayers, really prayers to US and Jamaica. These two countries, ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
Ridiculous, yo.
But I
don't even know if I'm gonna go back.
Really? Oh my God, I was just about to say, I really hope I can see you soon. And here you are telling me this.
Like I'm in Jamaica right now, and American news it's just so fucking depressing. Like I can't believe that was the country I was living in. Like,
yeah, it's really sad. Our news is very like sad, and let me just turn this TV off so I can sit down and watch some good old Netflix or some Hulu. I think I've had enough. It's tiring, because whether it's either the Rona stuff, which, you know, I do need the updates on those, so I do listen to them, try to figure out what's going on that side. And then if you change the channel to some more news, it's about the election and Trump and whatever, and it's just like, oh dear, okay. And then it's, you know, about protesting and stuff and what's been happening at that end, and it's like, I want to be educated in all three departments. Geez, it's a lot, you know. It's a lot to handle. It's a lot to heal from, because there's so much mourning going on around here. Like, we're not okay at all.
I mean, but that's why I say though, like, we're really young right now. For me, like, there's no.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, all right. So some people our age feel like, you know, they need to rise up right now, and they need their voice, and they want to find their voice in like being political and protesting and, you know, doing all of that. And I say, yo, hats off to you. Like, you're really doing you, and like if that's what you really want to pursue, then that's what you should do. And I'm very happy that you're doing that. But we're 20, like 19, 20, 21, you know, before 25, that is the prime age to be polarized, politically polarized. And when you're politically polarized, it's like, a blind, like a shield covers your eyes and your reasoning, and then you become a caricature of like whatever side that you're on, and everything you think about, everything you write about, everything that you encounter or surround yourself is with this one political ideology or this one group of people, and that's just not okay. Like at this age, we're supposed to be diverse. We're supposed to learn how to think for ourselves, how to maneuver into this like world or whatever country that you're in as a young adult, as a young person, in order to become a full-grown adult. You're supposed to be investing your time into yourself, your studies, your money, and just your well-being, because if those four foundations are not set up correctly, then I believe this is where midlife crises come in. This is where existential crisis like just dawns on you by the end of your 20s into your early 30s and all. Like it's really sad out there. So me separating myself from like all that news and political bullshit, or just the one group setting, I feel like it's the most liberating thing I've did all year. Like learning how to like actually think for myself when it comes to like one topic, or actually like not going on Twitter and saying like, let me see what other people think before like I really like sit down and process this for myself, you know? Like
right.
It took me like getting off of Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, like deleting all of my accounts, not being active for like a good year for me to really step back and like just notice how, number one, I was cringy as fuck. Let's really talk about that. I was cringy. Number two, I did not have all of the information. Bro, by the end of the year, I realized that I know nothing. I know nothing at all. Okay, and at first, like, if the 19-year-old Nikita or the 20-year-old Nikita could hear me now, she'd be like, bitch, what are you talking about? I know everything. Like, that person is bad. That person is bad. That person is good. That person, blah, blah, blah. Like, we don't talk to those type of people. Like, I was just so close-minded, but in my head, I was the most open-minded person ever. Girl, I feel like that's just my advice to like anyone in America. Just like separate yourself.
I love that.
See what you discover. It's like it's the best thing ever.
I think that's definitely something that a lot of us, including myself, should take, like, even just, you know, a good 2 days out of the week just to get started, because I do know I get a few of my news from social media, so I don't want to stay too far from it, but I definitely commend you for staying a whole year. That is amazing. I don't think I can do it, but I love it. I love your drive. It's nice. And I'm so happy that you are able to, you know, share advice, really. Like, thank you. I appreciate it.
Aw, props, sis. But, toxic positivity, like, what is that all about?
So I'm not too sure on it. Let me check, because I definitely just saw the tweet and decided to send it. But let's see. Ever encounter toxic positivity? Okay, so someone even mentioned Lizzo and like her being, I guess, annoying and stuff. And I think it's one of those things where, ooh, you know what? Here's a good one. So, you know how nowadays everyone's talking about, you know, Black girl magic, Black girl is beautiful, I love Black queens and stuff. Although it is very nice to have all those affirmations and reminders that I'm beautiful, I'm perfect, I'm magic, I'm whatever. Having that often, like, there is, like, sometimes, like, you can go like a good couple days straight with people saying how I love Black women are beautiful, like, and it's to a point where it's like, okay, like, I just want to be normal. I just want to be just a regular Black girl. Can I be that? So I think, like, I think that is something that can be toxic positivity, where it's like sometimes it can get a little too much, where things can be overwhelming, where it's like once we weren't seen as these, like another just beautiful person, and having profiles dedicated to dark-skinned models and stuff. And seeing that now and seeing that all over my social media, it's just kind of like, are you guys genuinely being like this? Or are you seeing it as something that's profitable because there wasn't enough then?
Sometimes when I look at posts like that, I always think to myself, like, are you trying to convince me or yourself? Because
right.
It really be the people who were the most vocal about, making fun of dark skin, or just disregarding like Black girls. They're like the highest ones, just like preaching like, yes, I love to see dark skin models. Oh yes, Black people, I love Black people. Or, oh yes, we're all queens and kings. And like, not everybody can be a king and queen. What you mean? Like, there's some people that are not up to par with that title, but I definitely get what you mean. Like, it really is just like this constant like shove in your face, and I really wonder like who are they trying to convince? Because I know I'm the shit. Like, who are you trying to convince? I really think sometimes they post like all this shit, they really try to convince themselves, because I don't understand how I fit into it.
Right. It definitely, it's nice to see it a couple of times, but am I all just Black girl magic? Am I just, a hashtag that looks cool? Because, I don't want to be seen as a trend. I already know that I'm beautiful. It's nice to have positive affirmations, but can you try to make it like a whole, like make me feel like I'm a part of the general community. Don't make it seem like, oh, Black women, I love dark-skinned women and their skin, and it's just like frequent tweets, frequent posts on it. It's like, it's nice to have that. It's nice for people to recognize that, but it's really about like whether it's good or not.
And like, what do you even think Black girl magic is?
So for me, like, funny thing you said that. So Black girl magic, I actually did a story on the founder of Black girl magic, and she is truly like amazing. Like, I follow her on Twitter and everything. She's awesome. I feel like people use Black girl magic in a way where they kind of use it as a profit, such as even like the gay rights, for instance. You have Pride. Around the time of Pride, Forever 21 comes in and they use it. They use the shirts, and you see it at Target with like the pride flags. And although it's nice to have representation, is it really representation, or is it profitable? And I feel like she definitely expressed what Black girl magic was in terms of identifying with having a category for women to identify in, for Black women to express and use as a hashtag and express themselves in a more positive light, because we honestly didn't really have one before, just like Black Lives Matter. So just seeing her be able to have that hashtag and know that she's the creator of it. She's been on so many like segments expressing that, so it's nice. But it's just like how other people use it and overuse it and use it for profit, where it's like, are you genuinely being like this? Or are you just doing that and putting it on shirts because it's good for Black women to purchase it, and to represent your business? On top of that, I just feel like when she met Black girl magic, she didn't mean like it's just all sparkles and rainbows and they're just fantasy creatures or whatever it is. Because I think a lot of people treat us that way sometimes, where it's just like fantasy, they're a dream. It's reality. Black women are beautiful. Black women have things. Black women are versatile. Black women, their hairstyles, amazing. Like, you identify those things that once kept us in a bind. So for her to express that, it was nice to have something to identify with. I just don't really like the way how people use it and take it and also try to say, oh, but what about white girls? White girls matter too, or
oh, this is dumb as shit, yo.
oh, white girl magic. Like, what do you, like, she definitely fought, like, fighting for that hashtag, fighting for that title is ridiculous. And it's just like, that's so sad how much people don't even realize they suck. Can you allow people to have a category, please? Can you allow people to have a title without you involving yourself? Because regardless, all that magic was always for white women, was always for white people. When did we ever get credit for anything? So bringing that, Black girls rock, Black girl magic, Black girls are amazing. Let us have that, please. Please. What are your thoughts on it, though?
Like, white girls trying to reclaim it, or like Black girl magic?
Black girl magic, you know, just in general, and that as well too.
Okay, my first encounter with Black girl magic, you remember Black Girls Rock?
Yes, I do.
I used to live for that. Like, I used to live for it.
Yes.
That's when, like, I first started to realize that, okay, like, I'm a Black girl, like, I can do shit, I'm pretty, like, because back in I think Black Girls Rock came out when I was, like, in middle school. Like, that was a thing, like, in middle school. And I went to a mostly white middle school, and I just, it was really, like, it was a really, like, eye-opening thing for me. But I think it's, like, lost its definition. Like, Black Girls Rock was really about, like, Black girls that really accomplished a lot of things, and I feel like we should have just kept that premise, because now whenever I see Black girl magic, it's just a girl in a really nice outfit, or it's just a girl who did something really simple, and I'm just like, okay, what are my thoughts on this? Is this something really extraordinary for them, or is this something that I can just dismiss? Because I don't really want to dismiss the whole idea of Black girl magic, because, you know, I hold that really dear to my heart. Like, I really do. Like, knowing that there's, like, a collective of girls that look just like me, that are out there, that are just, like, wanting for not only me but other girls like me to just be on the same freaking pedestal that, like, white women have been held to for so long. It really always brings tears to my eyes, because, yo, Black women go through so fucking much, and I hate to see this whole thing demoted to a girl that looks really nice in her new outfit. Like, I just don't like that. And you can be like, Nikita, shut up if you don't agree with anything I'm saying. Like, and I was just
no, but, I'm not gonna tell you that.
when I see, like, white girls trying to, like, reclaim, like, perfect example, like, whenever I see Kim Kardashian in some fucking braids, I'm like, bitch, you look goofy as fuck. You look like, you know damn well you don't look good in that shit. First of all, whenever I see a white girl trying to, like, you know, tan her skin a little too dark, you know, trying to wear kinky hair or cornrows, or, you know, like, trying to quote unquote act Black, I just feel so sad for them, because I'm just like, yo, you can't find beauty within yourself. Like, you gotta go through a whole different race, copy every single thing that we're doing, and call it your own. For what? Like, your self-esteem is that low, for real? Like, but then at the end of the day, like, whenever I see shit like that, and what I'm about to say is a little unpopular, so brace yourself, I take it as a compliment whenever I see cultural appropriation when it comes to Black women, because I'm saying, like, you really think that we're that good looking, that we're that beautiful, that we're that desirable, that you go underneath the knife to destroy the body that you were born with to look like me. For me, you sat down in that chair, got some hair attached to your head, which probably picked out a lot of your hair because your hair's not made for it. For me to look like a whole nother girl, you're putting on this act that's not even desirable. Like when I see like what's her name, the Cashmere Outside girl.
Oh, Bad Barbie.
Yeah, like whenever I see her creating herself online, or just like people like you know, just giving her attention, she's known for trying to like act black, and I'm just like, how is she trying to act black? She's just loud, promiscuous, and just, bro, fucking annoying. How is that acting black? You're telling me that black people are loud, promiscuous, and annoying? Like, what are you defining this as? So whenever I see those girls, I'm just like, sis, that's really sad for you, but thanks for the compliment. Thank you. Like that's just all that goes into my head, because that's just really fucking sad that like Kim can't find her own damn beauty in her body that, like, you know, her parents gave her. She can't find the beauty in her own face. Like, she has half black kids. How the fuck you gonna think they're gonna look at you like a fucking goofball? Because that's what you are. Like, you're a whole ass goofball, Kim. Like, why are you getting cornrows in your head?
Right.
And then, like, I don't even like talking about Kim Kardashian, because I'm just like, she does this shit for her name to stir, and that shit pisses me off even more, because I'm just like, damn, bitch, because you know damn well we're gonna get upset, and then your name's gonna be trending, and then you're gonna do some dumb shit. Like, I hate it. But coming back to Black Girl Magic, I just feel like Black Girl Magic should really be defined as you doing something extraordinary not only for yourself, but just, you know, plays a pathway to other black girls to just let them know, like, listen, sis, I did it, and you can come do it with me. Like, but I don't want to see Black Girl Magic on some girl that just looks good. Like, that's just not my thing.
Right.
At all.
I agree with that. I do.
That's just my thing to know.
Yeah, I completely get it. It's just kind of like, hey, listen, I'm here. There's not all of us looks the same. And I want more than just a few pictures of these, you know, beautiful black women doing this, doing that. Like, let's talk about these really hardcore issues that go on in our community. So I get it. I agree. I love that. Look, thank you so much for being here. I honestly,
no problem, sis.
I'm happy. I'm so excited. And I can't wait to upload this and have more people, and share it with your friends, and tell them that I'm here, and that if they want to talk to
I have my friend Taylor, who will love, like, she's into this, like, really into this, and I feel like you guys kind of have like very similar personalities.
Oh my god!
Where like you guys can like actually like have a very, very interesting podcast, like more interesting than I could ever be.
Oh, girl, you are just as interesting. I am sure, but please let her know and shout her out.
I would definitely put you on. Actually, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna create a little group chat on Twitter, and I like introduce you guys.
Yes, I'm excited. I love networking.
Yeah, I love networking. You sound like an adult.
I am an adult. You know me. Even though you're older than me, Mom, still. Tell me why this girl, my head was hurting because we were supposed to upload the other day, and she was like, drink some tea. You're such a mother.
I'm just saying. It's just making me.
Oh, jeez. But you're absolutely right, because I do the same with my friends. So I'm like, drink some tea. It's okay. And lie down. But yes, make sure you let the audience know where to follow you, and we will be on our way.
Right. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for having me, sis. Thank you so much.
Where should they follow you?
Oh, that's what she said. I'm so sorry.
No, it's not.
Girl, my head is just okay. Follow me. I don't have an Instagram. I do have a Snapchat, but I barely upload on there, like only when I'm on vacation because I like to bra for a little bit. Just follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Nakay. It's NAK, 3 A's as in AAA, and 2 Y's as in YY.
Yes.
I'm so sorry for that. Like, I thought you said something completely different.
No, it's like no. Trust me. It is okay. It is all right. There's nothing bad with me. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem, sis. Sure. Have a great night.
You too.
Gaia bed.
Yes, Mara. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.